babies. This is Bob Hickman. Well, it's Friday, and I tell you, I am ready for the weekend. It's been a busy week for me, but I'm so glad to be back here with you. You guys are just awesome. I want to say thank you, first of all, to all of you who came out to yesterday's video, which was Zodiac Thursday. We certainly had a wonderful time. It's so fascinating to study all the transits. And, you know, if you're new here, you know, every week we cover Zodiac Thursday, which we talk about some astrology facts. But outside of that, every day at my website at robert-hickman.com, I'll put the link in the info box below, you can go over there and get my free daily horoscopes. That's right. I put up horoscopes 7 days a week. Today I was a little late in getting out the horoscopes. I got tied up this morning. But they're up now, so if you want to get your horoscope for today, you know, I think you'll enjoy it. It promises to be a fascinating day. You know, we've got our moon in Pisces, and that really bespeaks of deep inner knowing, psychic power, you know. I like Pisces energy. It really gets in touch with true spirituality, the true spiritual core of things. And today we got a lot of power for that, okay? Also, we have today, Uranus is factoring in the chart, and it's an air sign, and it's being aspected by the moon, and it's bringing in a lot of creativity and inspiration and communication, new ideas, breakthroughs. So I thought with all that psychic energy going on today, I thought, what are we going to do today? And I thought, you know what? I told you guys a few weeks ago I was going to have some more readings from Scott Cunningham's book, The Book of Shadows. And you know, we did the Call of the Goddess, or I think the Song of the Goddess last time. And I mentioned that we need to still do the Call of the Great God. So I thought today we would have the Call of the Great God. And this again is from Scott Cunningham's Book of Shadows. So gather around. I'm going to have a mystical reading. The Call of the Great God. I am Cernunnos, the radiant king of the heavens, flooding the earth with warmth and encouraging the hidden seed of creation to burst forth into manifestation. I lift up my shining spear to light the lives of mankind and daily pour forth my gold upon the earth, putting to flight the powers of darkness and illuminating the minds of humanity. I too am Herne the hunter, master of the beasts, wild and free. I run with the swift stag's pace and soar as a sacred falcon against the shimmering sky. The ancient woods and wild places emanate my powers, and the birds of the air bespeak my hallowedness. I am the keeper of the key of death and rebirth. I guide the souls through the gates of death and beyond, to the lands of eternal summer. For without death, there cannot be birth, and without birth, there cannot be life. Though my gift is death, my promise is life. I am the thousand-named Son of creation, the spirit of the stag in the wild, and the Lord of the gates of death. See in me the yearly cycle of festivals, my birth, death, and rebirth, and know that such is the destiny of all creation. I am the spark of life, the secret seed, the giver of peace and rest, and I send my rays of blessings to warm the hearts and strengthen the minds of mankind. And that is The Call of the Great God, written by Scott Cunningham. I tell you, if you enjoyed that, you need to really check this book out. Cunningham's Book of Shadows. This book is really so mystical. It's pure poetry, but it's really channeled. I think Scott Cunningham had such a profound gift for connecting with spirit and with the ancient pagan ways. And I think he had a real gift for teaching us. And I thought today, with all that Pisces moon energy and that Uranian influence, it'd be a wonderful day to delve into that sort of mystery. You know, I have a picture here of Pan that I just printed out. I love the god Pan, and you know, he's one of the gods of the wild. Isn't he beautiful with his horns and wild hair? He's playing his panpipes. So powerful and mystical. I love him. But he is the wild god, the sun lord, the lord of the forest. You know, whether you call the god Pan or Hern or Apollo or Zeus, the power of the god brings balance into our lives. We have the Lord and the Lady. You know, there's a move in Wicca to denounce the god. Some people are claiming that they only want the goddess. And I understand. People have been so, abused by the concept of the god. So many of the patriarchal religions have made the god into a cruel and vicious monster, a taskmaster who is ready to destroy. But the wonderful thing about the craft is that it reminds us to have balance. We are all male and we are all female. And if we exclude one, we imbalance ourselves. So this is why the patriarchal religions are imbalanced. They don't have the goddess. But the Wicca also should be careful that they don't become imbalanced by excluding the god. You see, it takes both to run the universe. And so if you've been thinking of the god as that vile creature throwing lightning bolts, maybe you want to change your concept. Maybe God could be the gentle man of the forest, playing his pipes, running free, and inviting you to join his dance. He calls us to join in honoring the woodland, to find beauty in the trees and the leaves. Now, some people say that looks like the devil. But do you know the Christian church took the great Lord Pan and used him as an image of the devil? But really, he's kindness and goodness. He's ancient and wise. You can see his beautiful tattoos on his face. He loves music and poetry and dance. He's not without his powerful side. He can certainly create a panic, and that's where the word panic comes from. But his nature is never to harm. He likes to create excitement. But he will inspire and uplift us. So if you haven't thought about the god or you've pushed the god out, maybe you want to think about exploring Pan. I really like him. I think he's very powerful and a wonderful form of the masculine divine. You know, when we read these words by Scott Cunningham, we really start to realize how beautiful the god is. Like, I just wanted to touch in on one of the verses here. And he says, I am the radiant king of the heavens, flooding the earth with warmth and encouraging the hidden seed of creation to burst forth into manifestation. So what the God does is he brings the warmth of life, the power to live. If you feel kind of isolated, alone, and life is cold, you might want to get this book and read this invocation. Call to the God. Ask him to come into your heart. Ask him to illuminate your mind and let you connect back to the true nature of being. Find your soul. Connect to Mother Earth. Connect to Father Sky. You see, this is why I love Wicca. Wicca is life affirming. One of Scott Cunningham's book, he said, do you see the God as death dealing? And he said, if you have this view that God is death dealing, just meting out destruction, consider seeing the God in the face of your friends, your male friends, your brothers and loved ones. See him as nurturing and loving. You see, so the God can be seen in the form of the male here on earth. Look into the eyes and the faces and the hearts of those men that you feel close to. They are the God. This is really what the God is. He is a creature of love and nurturing and blessing. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, Bob, my father was a tyrant. He beat me. Okay, maybe God's not a father for you. Okay, maybe that doesn't work. What if God could be your best friend? What if instead of thinking of as the Almighty Father, God was somebody you just hang out with and have your adventures with? Maybe when you go out walking in the woods, maybe collecting wands or collecting rocks, maybe you could ask the God to help you find the stones you need for your altar or the sticks for your wands. This is the way that God can be part of your life. You don't have to approach him with terror and fear. Ask him to come on an expedition. Let him be part of your adventure. And if you try this, I think you'll discover that there is another form of the God that maybe some of you haven't discovered yet. I know some Wiccans come into the craft and they have no problems with the God. They go right into worshiping. But I do know, and I have met a lot of people in the craft who have a fear of the God, and rightfully so. But it doesn't have to stay that way. And that's why I encourage, this book, I want to do this reading because it really reminds me of the beauty of the God. So we have the God and the Goddess. Speaking of the Goddess, I got to show you my new pendant I got. You know me, I'm always collecting jewelry. Isn't this beautiful? This is a porcelain goddess pendant. It's called raku, which is a type of a glaze that they do. Isn't it beautiful? It's the spiral goddess. I thought you guys would like that. So I'm wearing the Goddess, and I invoke the God, and I'm having peace in my day. I hope wherever you are, you're having some peace today. I hope that you'll, think about checking out some spiritual books. I really do recommend this one, Cunningham's Book of Shadows. It's published by Llewellyn Publishing. You know Llewellyn, so they always put their symbol, the moon, on the back and on the edge of their books. If you're in a bookstore, you see that symbol, that's a Llewellyn book. I love Llewellyn. I think they have a lot of good stuff. And this is definitely a treasure. Well, guys, listen, I just want to share those thoughts with you today. I hope that gives you something to think about on this Friday. Tell me in the box below, do you have a relationship with the God? Who is your God? Maybe you haven't got a God, but maybe you'd like to think about it. Tell me what your thoughts are about the God, the divine masculine. Have you had an encounter with him? Who is he to you? What are your thoughts? Maybe you're afraid of the God. That's okay. Tell me that too. Maybe in time we can do more stuff with the God. And for those of you who have a fear, we can find a way to help you discover that relationship in a way that will be beautiful to your lives. I'd sure like to help you with that. Well, listen, I'm not going to keep it long. It's Friday, and y'all got to get ready for the weekend. So, anyways, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I hope you'll like this favorite. Share it with your friends. Let's get out the word about Spirit Channel. And if you haven't done so, please hit subscribe. Join our channel. It doesn't cost anything. You'll get all our updates, and you'll be part of the scene, and you'll know what's going on. I'd sure like you to be here. I thank you guys so very much for being here. I send you my blessings. And by the way, make sure to get your horoscopes over at robert-hickman.com. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow on Saturday, because you know what that is? Saturday night seance. We'll see you then. Blessed be.